So the past few seasons have felt very empty, either not having enough content or the content just not being great. Side order not really making up for it in my opinion, and the fact that we only have at most 2 seasons left in the game's lifespan is starting to get very concerning for the game. So I want to make this video to give my thoughts on the state of the game's content, where I think we'll be after the final season, and my overall thoughts as a competitive player. Be sure to subscribe and let's get into it. So let's go back a bit. The last season I actually remember having fun in is a chill season 2023. It added Robo Ramen, probably an all-time favorite stage, Bluefin Depot, probably an all-time least favorite stage, some mediocre kits, and 2 new specials. I remember at the start of the season I grinded back to S+0 with the end parries, and I had a lot of fun playing them on Robo Ramen. I still hate Bluefin, but that's besides the point. You're probably wondering why I'm bringing up how much fun I had in the season, and it's because content is little but it's good. I can enjoy it for longer. Chill season didn't really give us a lot, but it was actually enjoyable. It also ties into the quality of the content, which made the latest season less enjoyable. Also, seeing the updates get very little content, including the latest season only getting 8 kits that weren't great, and 1 stage, and the patch is slowly getting worse and worse until after Side Order came out is just sad. Now that Side Order is out, I don't think we can use it as an excuse for bad or little content anymore. And if the next season is really the last one, in a hypothetical scenario, we really can't get 7 kits and 1 returning stage. We need this update to be the best yet because I doubt there will be a content extension, but I'll get into that later. But this update needs to be the greatest yet because this will decide the game's fate for the rest of time. And with things like Pencil and Trizooka, and a lot of weapons that are overpowered and underpowered, not to mention splatter color screen, still having audio issues after like 3 patches, my point is the game can't be left in the state it is at right now, where it will really feel like a Splatoon 2.1. So moving on, the content extension. Now, Chara made a poll a bit ago about what would be announced at World, because there's usually something announced. At the time, we had been getting mediocre patches that had basically nothing that actually helped, like Pencil 210, just run minimal special charge, and the infamous end parry nerf that literally made no sense to me or anybody else, kind of just made me lose hope. I voted for nothing in this poll, and then content extension was the winner, and then nothing got announced. This gave me a clear message. 1, there won't be a content extension, and 2, we're not gonna have a great next season. So just to clarify, I think we're not getting a content extension because frankly, no offense to him, but Nogami is not in his right mind. Again, I really hope this next update makes up for the mediocre content, but the past few updates have made me doubt it. So now my last point, and I hope this is true. I'm wrong. We're going to get a fairly good season and a content extension. So I hope this is true, and it very well could be because of Side Order possibly slowing some things down. But I've said this before, it still doesn't excuse the patches in my opinion. I'm trying to be optimistic here, but I really don't want the game to be left in its current state where a lot of things are overpowered and even more things are underpowered, along with not great stages. I'm starting to understand why some people were calling this Splatoon 2.1, because this is a horrible meta to be left in and the content feels nullified. Like, tell me how hard it would have been to slightly change the Grisco lobby to match the door outside. This is just an example of the devs being lazy along with the news and Hotlantis and Squid Beats. What happened there? Again, how can I be optimistic when this is what we're getting from the devs? This can go 2 ways. The first way, the devs actually get their straight and fix the game in 1 season with sufficient content and everyone's happy until an inevitable Splatoon 4. This would mean every weapon gets a 2nd kit, some get 3rd kits, and if there really is a content extension, even more will get 3rd kits, including some missing ones from previous games. We'd also get some sort of new feature or addition to the gameplay like a sub, which by the way, we only got 1 new sub in the entirety of Splatoon 3's 2-year lifespan, and it wouldn't be enough in my opinion. The other option is a special, or at least 2, because we got 2 main weapons last season. This is the ideal scenario though. The second scenario is we get 1 stage, barely any new content, a terrible patch that leaves Pencil as king, and the game is left in a terrible state for the rest of time. I really hope this isn't the case, but we're expecting the new season trailer to drop this week, and I really hope this probable last season makes up for the content we've been getting waiting for Side Order. So my overall thoughts, we can't leave the game where it is now, to put it simply. I do have a tiny bit of hope that the devs will actually do something, but it's also just really sad to see the game come to a close. This is another reason I do hope there is a content extension, because I started in Splatoon 3 and it would really be sad to see the game where I started my competitive Splatoon journey not be good for competitive. Anyways, that's all I got. We're getting close to 2,000 subscribers, so if you're new here, please subscribe so I can cope if the last season is bad. Anyways, have a good one.